In this short video, we're going to be looking at the triple bottom line, dealing with the profit, people, and the planet. And we're also going to be looking at the views on corporate social responsibility in terms of Milton Friedman and Ralph Nader. So if we think about the triple bottom line, this is a business concept that posits firms should commit to measuring their social and environmental impact in addition to their financial performance, rather than solely focusing on generating profit or the standard bottom line. So it's broken down into the three P's in terms of profit, people, and the planet. And as you know, from looking at sustainability, this is very similar to the different pillars of sustainability in terms of the economic relating to profit, the social relating to people, and the environmental relating to planet. And we know that sustainability, or the triple bottom line, is going to be very, very important to business. Why is it important to business? We know because it comes from the Rio de Janeiro Games in 1992, in the Earth Summit, when 192 countries came together to state that these elements of sustainability in terms of business was extremely important. So again, this can be measured and looked back to being very similar to sustainability in terms of the economic, social, and environmental. And environmental being the environmental and also the ozone layer, relating back to the three P's of profit, people, and the planet. So when we look at the profit, so in a capitalist economy, a firm's success most heavily depends on its financial performance or the profit generates for shareholders. Strategic planning initiatives and key business decisions are generally carefully designed to maximize profits while reducing costs and mitigating risks. In terms of profit, and we think about globalization, and if we look at the example that I gave before in terms of the car market and BMW, again, in terms of being a global player, you need to be able to enter into new markets, and you need to be able to enter into different partnerships and strategic partnerships in order to maximize your profits. So we see that BMW entered China in 2003 with a joint venture with a Chinese company, Brilliance China Automotive Holdings Limited, because it was a law that you can't really do business in China unless you're in partnership and in terms of a joint venture with a Chinese company. And the German car maker, said on Friday in terms of 2018 that they had increased their stake of in Brilliance Auto Group to 75% from 50%, which was announced, as I said, in 2018, and this was due to a change of the law in China, allowing foreign companies to actually own now a majority share in a Chinese state partnership or joint venture. If we think about the people side and the planet, the people, the second component of the triple bottom line, highlights a business's social impact or its commitment to people, not just the people who work for the company, the stakeholders, but all the people who have a vested interest, whether they are different stakeholders with high power and high influence, or high power and low influence, or stakeholders who have low power and low influence. And then the planet, the final component of the triple bottom line, is concerned with making a positive impact on the planet. And when we talk about the planet in terms of the environmental side, and the carbon footprints, but also talking about the ozone layer, which has now been predominant in today's environment in terms of COP26 and COP27. If we again relate this back to the brand new BMW 5 Series, which was revealed in 2023, that it will have the i5 variant, might go even on sale before the year is out. So they're aiming for 2023 with the new all-electric BMW, variant. And this car can have It can go 0 to 62 in 4.7 seconds. It can travel up to a range of 388 miles on one charge, and it has a brake horsepower of 537. So we can see the advances that BMW are making with high performance, maintaining their performance, but making it more environmentally friendly in terms of its carbon footprint, in terms of the emissions of petrol engines or diesel engines into the environment and the ozone layer, but still maintaining its performance. So we can see how businesses like BMW are changing what they're doing to come more in line in terms of the triple bottom lock. Now, if we think about some of the views of corporate social responsibility from different well-known authors like Milton Friedman. Milton Friedman was a conservative economist and an intellectual who made many contributions to the field of economics, and he was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics for his achievements in the field of consumption analysis, with unshakable belief that free market promotes freedom and democracy. Friedman stated that we believe in freedom and intend to practice it. We cannot force you to be free, but we offer you full cooperation on equal terms to all. Our market is open to you without tariffs or other restrictions. Sell here what you wish to and buy what you wish to. In that way, cooperation amongst individuals can be worldwide and free. Milton, also known for his anti corporate social responsibility views, believe that corporations have no social responsibility whatsoever other than to its own resources to increase the profits of its investors within the rules of the game, and to make its investors and individuals engage in social contributions. He believed that corporate executives who are appointed by the investors to make profits on the investments cannot engage in social contributions using corporate money. However, they could do so as a private individual on their own behalf. In his book Capitalism and Freedom, Friedman advocates, minimizing the role of government in his free market in his book. So again, Friedman was anti-corporate social responsibility. And now, if we look at Ralph Nader, Ralph Nader was the opposite of Milton Friedman, and he was a pro corporate social responsibility. Ralph Nader, noted consumers' rights activist and attorney, played a large role in formation of many governmental and non-governmental organizations for the welfare of consumers, workers, and the environment, such as the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, and various others. Now, Nader was a vocal advocate of corporate social responsibility. He believes, in contrast to Milton Friedman, the corporations must take responsibility for their actions. The responsibility of a corporation, according to Nader, is for the greater good of the society, and the corporate has fair responsibility towards their consumers, ensuring product safety, the environment, impact on natural resources and workers, ensuring occupational safety. The contrasting views with Milton and Freeman and Ralph Nader. It is often said that bad economic policy reflects disagreement amongst the experts. But if all economists gave the same advice, economic policy would be good. Economists often do disagree, often based on their ideological positions. Milton Friedman and Ralph Nader, though they fundamentally differ, have a long list of followers amongst economists and advocates for their different ideas on corporate social responsibility who may agree or disagree with them. And so, where do you sit with this? Are you pro CSR, or are you anti? So if we look at the principal main concern between corporate social responsibility, and this is that corporations are economic institutions run for profit. And Friedman argues that the then corporation should be primarily and only be judged on economic criteria. The corporate executives are appointed by the investors and have the responsibility of maximizing profitability for their employers, and i.e., the shareholders and the investors. Friedman argues that if a manager spends corporate funds on social projects, he is diverting the shareholders' dollars away that may not be in their favor. Similarly, if the cost of social projects is passed on to consumers at higher prices, the manager is spending their money. So if the market price of a product does not reflect the true cost of producing it, but includes cost of social programs, then the market allocation mechanism is distorted. But on the other side of the coin, Ralph Nader questions, and he says if the government is going to provide corporation with services or gives away its assets, is there any reason why it should not charge or should charge below the market rate? Nader, came before the committee of the House of Representatives in 1999, and he argued that corporations' social responsibility is complementary to what it receives as favors and corporate welfare programs from the government. So we can see here two different opposing views, and ask yourself the question: what do you believe in, corporate social responsibility or non-corporate social responsibility? Again, think about this and see where you stand using real life examples to determine what you think in today's society.